Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports. This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana. MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports. We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to Frenchtown, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the final Loyola soccer game of the year with the Loyola Rams and Breakers taking on the Frenchtown Broncs and Lady Broncs. It's ladies first as we get set to go. The teams are coming out on the field as we speak, and I scramble to get the camera ready so I can do my pre-game video as I always do.
Good afternoon and welcome to Frenchtown
There's our
High
PA
School.
announcer.
On behalf of the faculty, staff,
We'll go ahead and
and
let
student
him
body
take
of
over.
Frenchtown High School, we would like to welcome the Loyola Breakers and Rams.
All right, teams coming
At
on to
Frenchtown
the
High School,
field.
we would like to remind everyone that the ideal of good sportsmanship is a major part of this contest, and that each of us should make every effort to promote this goal. Now, would you please stand and remove your hats as we honor our great country?
Alrighty, with the national anthem
with
coming,
the
we'll
singing
step
of the
aside.
national anthem by Caleb Botkin.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
Strip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half price wash. Only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City! Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN.
A junior
doing the starting
midfielder,
lineups. I'll let the PA announcer take
Giselle
over.
Huffman. A senior defender wearing number 4, Aaron Dahl. Freshman midfielder, number 5, Annika Chavez. Wearing number 9, a sophomore midfielder, Lexi Van Dorsten. Number 10, a sophomore midfielder, Lainey Walker. Wearing number 11, a senior defender, Carlin Lechner. Number 12, a sophomore forward, Amelia Craig. Wearing 13, a senior defender, McKenna Round. And wearing 19, a junior forward, Bella Johnston. The Breakers are coached by Stephanie Reardon and assisted by Ray Guest. And now for your hometown, Lady Broncs. Number 3, a senior forward, Maddie Teagle. Wearing 4, a junior defender, Lizzie Skillman. Number 5, a senior goalkeeper, Michaela Field. Wearing 6, a senior forward, Jasmine McClure. A senior defender, number 7, Lindsay Knight. Wearing number 9, a junior midfielder, Skylar Weiss. Wearing 12, a sophomore defender, Shayla Dyer. A junior defender, number 13, Lauren Demmons. A senior defender, number 14, Yulia Shinakailo. Wearing 15, a freshman defender, Kylie Stoker. And wearing number 18, a freshman defender, Kendra Jacobs. The Lady Broncs are coached by Jasmine Mitchell and assisted by Kyle Johnston and Chris Weiss. Today's officials, in the center is Mark Trainer, and assistant referees Austin Davis and Nathan Boone. Good luck, ladies.
Alrighty, so that's your starting lineups for today's matchup between the Loyola Breakers and Frenchtown Lady Broncs. It's the last regular season game for the Rams and Breakers. Well, the Rams up here at 5 o'clock for the next matchup. The Breakers coming off of a big win over Stevensville on Tuesday and a win on Saturday. So they are sitting tall right now going into the postseason. Next week, we'll have the matchups for the first round of playoffs for high school Class A soccer. And we'll have those once we receive the schedule. We will have those up on the Missoula Prep Sports Network website, so you know when and where. Now with postseason, the Montana High School Association does not allow the Missoula Prep Sports Network to stream postseason games, so we will not have that coverage, but we will be out in support in our best fashion that we can. So teams taking the field, the Frenchtown Broncs wearing black jerseys. They've got an orange stripe down the side and a white stripe down the shoulders. Orange name and number with a white outline. The Breakers are wearing their white jerseys with the scarlet red name and number on the front of them. There's the whistle to start the clock, and we are underway here at Frenchtown High School. And it is Loyola to have the ball in the first half. Chavez with good control, but she has it taken away by Demmons. Whistle down the far sideline. And we'll have our first free kick. Walker will take it. She's got an orange headband, and they're actually going to call offsides against Huffman right on the kick. Should be a pretty tight, even match here today as we get the kick now on the far side. The field sits east to west, if you will, here at the Frenchtown High School at their athletic facilities that are just west of the actual high school. Out of bounds in front of the Frenchtown bench, and Walker will receive the inbound inside the box. Walker now with Frenchtown defending the western goal. Here's Walker, and she's going to have one up over the net. And Frenchtown's defense laid back a little bit and allowed her to tee that one up, and that's dangerous. So a goal kick coming from Kendra Jacobs, the defender. Jacobs with a short chopping bouncer, picked up by Kopang. A deflection at the top of the box as the Breakers continue the pressure. Now Walker gets it with her bright orange headband, and this one will be taken at midfield by the Broncs. The Broncs on the run now. Crossover and a good toe by Huffman, but it's controlled on the far side by Emma Magnuson. Magnuson down the far corner. Deflection and picked up by Chavez. Chavez with a good move outside. She'll cross midfield, now in front of the Frenchtown bench. Comes up the far sideline to the corner of the box. She's got Kopang. Kopang inside. Here's Chavez into the box. Chavez has the ball taken away, but she does maintain control. Now Walker outside the box on the ring. Walker will strike, and it'll be just wide of the goal. So Lainey Walker with a couple of cracks right away in the opening minutes of the match. And it looks as though we did not get the clock started at the top, so we'll make that adjustment. As we get a short kick on the goal kick. And now here's Chavez to place it. Kopang can't. Comes to the near side. Here's Jacobson. She'll have a crack at it, and Johnston's shot is off target. Breakers putting early pressure on Frenchtown. Keeper will have the goal kick. It'll be out of bounds on the near side. I'm set up on the northern side of the field on the western end by their concession stands. Here's a good throw into Walker. Walker with a chest stall. She'll bring it deep into the near corner. Walker now drives to the box. A chip into the box is deflected. And now a battle. Johnston steps in, and it's taken over and pushed by Stagg. Stagg has it, gives it off to Lauren Demmons. Demmons with a chip upfield. Now at midfield on the near side. Dribbling is Willow Stagg. Stagg kicks it forward. Midfield. Dribbled across the top. That's Maddie Teagle. We called her name quite a bit when they were at Rollin Field. A deflection on the top of the box will send it to the far outside. Good control by Huffman. Huffman on the run now. She's got one ahead. The defenders keep the offsides line. It's played ahead, and the defender is there. Chinakelo. Chavez battles in the middle of the field inside the midfield ring. Gets it outside to Walker. Walker on the chase. Crosses midfield with a good touch inside. Now Walker up the near sideline. She'll send it. Kopang on the run. Kopang with one to beat. Kopang at the top of the box. She's mano-a-mano with the keeper, and Kopang has it blocked by the keeper. Picked up by Chavez, and Chavez has a shot, and another good save by the Frenchtown keeper. So both Sydney Kopang and Chavez get a couple of good shots. This one's booted down, cross midfield, and goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Last touch by the Breakers. So Frenchtown to throw into the box. A header by Dahl goes over the end line, and we've got a corner kick coming. First one of the game. Teagle to take it. Here's the volley. Far corner. Played up by Walker. And it's Huffman to control. Huffman will send it ahead. She's got Kopang in the middle of the field. Kopang with a good dribble. Walker on her heels. Crosses midfield inside the bubble. A good pass. Johnston will have it, though. Johnston sends it ahead. Kopang will have two to beat. And the defender will push it to the outside. Lindsay Knight. Knight to control. Sends it up the far sideline. A touch off of Kopang. Controlled by Huffman. Kopang now on the outside corner. On the far side of the box on the western end of the field. Frenchtown defending. Here's Walker taking a crack, and that one's going to go right into the face of Amelia Craig. Craig gets up. Here's Chavez. Chavez with the left-footed shot, and it's an easy save. They do blow the whistle for Craig. They want a substitution for Craig. She took a point-blank shot off the toe of Walker. So with the whistle blown, the ball will be placed on the middle of the goalie box. Taking the kick will be Chinakelo. She'll chip it to the near side. Johnston is there. It gets by both Johnston and the Frenchtown defender. picked up on the run by Jasmine McClure. McClure up the far side. She'll toe it ahead with the left foot. Round is there to send it back outside, and Johnston will chase. Johnston chases it to the near sideline, and it is out of bounds off of Johnston. Frenchtown will have a throw-in halfway between the box and midfield down the near sideline. Loyola defending. Drop pass picked up by Sage Craney. Craney will send it in, and it's deflected off of Lechner, out of bounds. And they will say this is a breaker throw-in, as it did touch Frenchtown before it rolled out. So Johnston will take the throw. She'll drop it to Chavez. Loyola and Frenchtown get a toe on it, but they say off of Frenchtown. So everybody will move 10 yards up the line west. Johnson with another good throw, a high kick. Race is there. Controlled on the ground now by Demmons. Demmons goes to the near corner on the far end of the field. Demmons will send it into the box. Round is there, picked up by Frenchtown. Here's a chip into the box, and Chavez will have a kick to clear it out. Reese with a good chip upfield. She's got Kopang. Kopang with the wrestling with the defender. Kopang will win. Kopang sends it. The ball splits between two defenders. Walker on the run. Walker with 4 defenders. Walker up to the near side of the box. Walker gets taken from behind. Walker with a shot. Save. Keeper is Lizzie Skillman. And she'll have the drop kick to midfield. It's picked up on the run by McClure, taken away by Reese. It's sent ahead. We get a whistle, and this is going to go against McClure. So Walker just on the Frenchtown side of the field will have the free kick. A good chip, bounces once. Kopang with a header into the box. Chavez is there. Chavez with control, and it's just a half a soccer ball above the bar. We almost had our first goal of the game, but almost is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades. So taking the kick now is Jacobs. Loyola pushed up. A header will get it to midfield. Johnston chases it down. Johnson with a drop. Johnson turns it back inside, and both Johnson and the defender will go down, and this is going to go against McClure once again. That looked like it was 50-50 from my perspective, folks. If I had the whistle, I wouldn't have blown it, but I don't have a whistle. I've got a microphone. Here's Walker with the chip to the box. Kopang to control at the top of the box. She'll battle against Lindsay Knight. Gets to the outside, now fed in between two defenders. And Knight will push it to the outside and chase it down. Kendra Jacobs up the far side. Now at the feet of Skylar Weiss. Weiss chips it back in on the far sideline, crossing midfield, and Frenchtown will drop it back. Played at midfield by Chavez. Chavez with one outside. She'll send it. It's Reese. Reese at the top of the box. Reese with an opportunity. She'll take the low hopping kick, and it'll be saved. Drop kick by the keeper, gets it to midfield on the far side. Von Dorsten chasing. On the run is Teagle, fed outside. And a stumble by Magnuson allows Round to get there. Huffman now plays it to the middle. It's a chase, picked up by Frenchtown's Teagle. Teagle now swings it to the outside. Kopang with a chip out to the outside to midfield. Walker around one defender. Walker has Kopang. She'll send it for Kopang. Defender is there. Kopang with a good kick at the top of the box. Kopang with two defenders. A great job by Chinacero. And she'll slide, but not able to keep it in bounds. And the Breakers will have a throw-in right in front of us. Loyola looking to substitute. Tomazelli coming in. Isadora Tomazelli and Isabella Johnston will come off. So Kopang to throw in. I am between the end line and the top of the box, and Kopang will throw in just to the left of me at the top of the box. She goes deep to the top of the box to Walker. Walker with a left foot, now a right, now cuts it inside, stops, stalls, backs it up, and it's taken away by the defender. Good footwork by Demmons, and it's cleared out. Here's Huffman. Huffman will go ahead and take a crack. She had a goal from there the other day as Field struggles with the ball. Walker with it, feeds it outside to Kopang. Kopang 20 yards outside the box against Frenchtown. A light tap, and it's taken away by Keely Stoker. Teagle now on the run, crosses midfield on the far side. Teagle with one to beat, cuts it back inside, splits the defenders. Von Dorsten puts a heel on it, but Teagle continues. Teagle now at the top of the box, cuts it to the outside, wants to go wide. And this one will roll over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick. No, it'll be picked up by Amelia Craig. Now it's out of bounds, and Frenchtown will throw in very quickly. A short throw. Von Dorsten is there, and this one's placed back out of bounds. Throw in coming. Breezy here in Frenchtown today. It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining. Temperature just over 40 degrees. Here's Kopang at the top of the circle as it's cleared out, and Loyola is on the run. She's got Tomazelli. She's going to go ahead and send it. Chavez onside, and it's too much on the touch for Chavez, and Field will pick it up. Here's the drop kick to the near sideline, and this one will go out just before midfield on the near sideline. Huffman to have the throw in for the Breakers. She'll go to the middle of the field to Chavez. Chavez cuts it inside, too much on the touch, and it's an easy pickup for Chinaquilo. Chinaquilo feeds it ahead and controlled by Stagg. Stagg goes back to the middle. Walker gets a toe on it. Chavez there now at midfield, and Chavez will have the steal. Chavez sends it. Tomazelli on the run. It'll roll inside the box. The defender is there. Lindsay McGowan. Oh no, that's number 12. I am mistaken. That's Skylar Dyer. Chavez will take the pass away from Dyer. It'll roll to the end line. Chavez stabs on it, and it's out of bounds off of Chavez. Frenchtown throw in with substitutions coming for the Lady Broncs. Keely Stoker to take the throw in. About 8 yards up from the corner of the box. On the western side of the field, the right side of the field, right down from us on the near sideline. Ready for the throw-in. The substitutions have entered. Going to McClure. McClure cuts it back inside, and Walker will pick up the short pass. Walker now around two defenders. Walker around a defender, into the box. Walker to the near side of the box. Walker puts it across the top of the box, and Kopang not able to get a foot on the ball, and it'll go wide. Chavez receives it at the top of the box on the bubble. Cuts it inside, goes wide, it's deflected. Defender is there, and Lizzie Skillman. Skillman will send it to the middle of the box, and it's cleared out by Chinaquilo. A chipper by Craig puts it back into Frenchtown territory. A deflection was picked up by Teagle. Teagle with time and space crosses midfield on the far side. Teagle goes wide to the outside, and there's nobody there to feed it to. And Loyola will have a throw-in just down from their side, their bench. Frenchtown having the western side of the bench on the far side of the field. Loyola having the eastern side. Good throw. Chavez will have it. She's got Kopang in front of her. Chavez crosses midfield on the far side. She'll send it for Kopang. Chase down midfield. A touch by Jaden Gold. Kopang will Walker will find it, trying to send it for Kopang, but a good body by Knight to stand in front of the pass. And now Chavez will receive it. Tomazelli on the outside, but it's chased down by Stoker. Stoker brings it to the near sideline in front of us. Passes it forward, and Huffman will receive it at midfield right in the corner to Kopang in the middle of the field. Kopang cuts it back inside. Kopang has Tomazelli on the outside. Time and space left for Kopang. She'll go to Chavez in the middle of the field. Chavez trying to give it to Kopang on the give and go. Chavez will battle Chavez and Gold, and it's chased down to the near sideline by Gold. Chavez is right there, but It's out of bounds, and Huffman will pick it up and throw it in. A quick throw. Chavez on the stop, but Stoker gets a foot on it, tries to clear it downfield, but it rolled over the line. Kopang to throw in. Deep throw, finds Walker at the top of the box. Walker will have shoulders with the defender. She'll cut it inside. Left-footed crack by Walker, and it's a good save. Deflection, and the keeper's got to jump on it. That is the 11th shot by the Breakers in this first half compared to no shots by Frenchtown. Here's Chavez. Chavez will cut it inside around the defender. Splits the defenders and too much on the touch for Kopang. She had Kopang on a good run, but just a little bit on the touch, and Field will pick it up for Frenchtown. Tomazelli will get the deflection. Now Chavez. Chavez will take a crack at it, and it's on target, but into the keeper's gloves. Drop kick to midfield. Craig will keep it in the Frenchtown side of the field. Chip to the outside. Race to the edge of the box on the far side of the field, then near the flag. That would be the southwest flag as we stand at the northwest flag. Walker with some good foot movement on the far side of the box, and we'll get a whistle, and this one's going to be against Frenchtown. A lot of body and shoulder pushing. Lindsay Skillman. So Kopang will take it 5 yards up from the top of the box on the far corner. Three-man wall set by Frenchtown. Here's Kopang, a chip into the box, deflected off the wall, and the offender will pick it up. A good push to the outside in Weiss. And it's up the far sidelines, out of bounds, and Loyola will throw in at midfield on the far side. A header sends it out of bounds off of Frenchtown, and Loyola will now throw in front of the Frenchtown bench on the far side of the field. Beautiful day out here in Frenchtown. We've got a few clouds, the sun is shining. Like I said, it's about 40, just above 40 degrees. Throw in. Walker with a good block out. Walker will bring it from the far corner of the box. Walker cracks a shot, and it'll be wide of the goal. Goal kick coming. Tomazelli will be subbed out by Johnston, and Frenchtown will have a sub as well. Looks as though Lizzie Skillman will come off for Frenchtown. Here's Field with a short kick to the near sideline, controlled by Gold, and Huffman will send it into the crowd. As you can hear on the microphone, there's a bit of a breeze, but it is warm. I figured I was going to have to put my long johns on today, but it is beautiful out. Throw-in is received by Weiss. Down the far sideline, in on chase, is McClure. McClure will have it in the far corner. Huffman touches it out of bounds, and Frenchtown will have a throw-in just outside the box on the near sideline of Loyola. Taking the throw will be Sage Craney. Short throw. Dribbled, and now a shot deflected by Round, and Newman will have an easy pickup. Newman pushing everybody out of the box. Newman wearing her orange, well, I guess that's more of a salmon colored keeper jersey with the sunglasses on. It does look a little bit orange. Here's a crack back down to the box, and Newman will pick it up on the roll. 19 minutes. So just under halfway, or just over halfway. Chavez will have the drop kick at midfield. Huffman kicks it across midfield on the near side. Huffman on the race down the near sideline, and Huffman will control it. Comes deep down into the flag and will die right in front of the flag, picked up by the defender, Shayla Dyer. Dialer with time and space and chips it ahead. Turning and running is Jade Gold. Gold crosses midfield on the near side, chased by Chavez. Gold gives it to the middle of the field. And the first shot on, no, it is deflected. And into the goal. Nope, they're going to say offsides on the far side on Frenchtown. So Frenchtown caught offsides for the first time. Newman with a short kick to the near side. Lechner will let it roll. Collects it at the sideline, and she's not able to get a clear kick upfield. And Frenchtown will now throw in just short of midfield. Throw in received by Magnuson. She'll drive it down deep into the near sideline to the flag. Into the box. Round is there. It's over the end, and we'll have a corner kick coming on the near flag on the far end of the field. That would be the northeast flag. Taking the kick is Skillman. And Lechner, that's Chavez, kicks it back out of bounds and will redo the corner. Set up right next to the concession stands, folks, is always a lethal thing to do. They've got burgers going, and oh my, they smell good. Here's the kick into the box. It's a low roller, and it'll go into the side of the net. And Newman will set up the goal kick. Here's Newman now with the approach. And this is down the middle of the field. Off of Frenchtown. Round will clear it to the near sideline. And nobody can get to it. Out of bounds. Loyola will have the throw-in. It'll be taken by Craig. Scoreless here in the first half. Chavez at midfield goes airborne to deflect the pass. Kopang will receive the deflection. She now sends Chavez, and this is going to be just a little bit too much on the touch, as Field will come out and grab it before it gets to the end line to the left side of the goal. Here's Field with a drop kick to midfield. Huffman gets a foot on it. Now Chavez. Chavez comes from the middle to this near side of the field. Chavez cuts it back into the middle of the field. Defender is there to take her off the ball. And Dyer. Dyer will kick it upfield. Huffman is there. Huffman with a good boot, which will go airborne and come down right next to us. Frenchtown with the throw-in. So Frenchtown waiting for the substitution as number 17 Willow Stagg will come in for Frenchtown. Short throw-in. Skylar Wise cuts it to the inside. Chavez will receive it, and they're going to call Huffman on the foul. And that'll be the first foul of the game against the Breakers. So Huffman gives it off, and it will be Weiss to take the free kick. It is 10 yards Breakers or Frenchtown side of the field. Round gets a foot on the volley. Teagle with a header. Outside Van Dorsten. Van Dorsten touches it ahead, but Frenchtown will control. Now to the outside. Chip to the middle of the field. Teagle to control. She's at the top of the box on the far side. Teagle drives deep into the far side, and it's on the end line. Goal kick coming for the Bronx, or for the Breakers. Newman will set it up on the far corner of the keeper box. The approach, right-footed kick to the near side, to the far sideline. Teagle gets a foot on it, but Walker will collect. Walker sends it. She's got Kopang at midfield. Kopang, good thigh stall. Kopang will let it roll to the near sideline. Now crosses midfield on the Bronx. Chips it ahead. Chavez on the run, but she will be beat by Chinicalo. Chinicalo drives it deep, and now Chavez will step in front. We get a whistle. And this is going to go against Chinicalo. So Kopang to set up a free kick on the western side of the field, the Frenchtown side of the field, on the near side of the box. 3 yards from the end line, 3 yards from the box. Breakers bring everybody down except for Round. Good short chip. Walker gets airborne for the header. Huffman with a header, and this one will roll to the goal and be picked up. A roller to the near side. Huffman to collect. Now Chavez. Chavez splits the defenders with the pass. Kopang with one on. Kopang comes to the top of the box. Down the box on the near side to the end line. Dribbles behind her back to the top of the box. Now sends it. A good knee deflection, and Walker will have to chase it to midfield. They'll go ahead and drop it all the way back to Dahl. Dahl to Round on the near side, and Round now sends it ahead. Kopang there. Girls go down, no whistle. Kopang hops up very quickly. Now Kopang drives down the near side into the box. Kopang now. And good slide. Kopang chips it. Reese is there, and this one is in the back of the net. The Breakers are on the board. (1-0) Loyola on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard in the 12th minute. So Frenchtown will reset at midfield. There's the whistle to start play. Dropped back and chased down now on the far side of the field is Rachel Posh, out of bounds, and Johnston will throw in front of the Frenchtown bench. Gives it to Walker. Walker just outside the box, but Posh is there to take her off, and we'll have a new throw in. Johnston. Walker with a good block out and an inside move. Walker across the top of the box on the far corner. She's going to take a whack at the goal, and it's saved. This one will roll over the end line, and the Breakers will have their first corner kick of the game. And it'll be Huffman to take it. Approaching the 10-minute mark in the first half. Breakers lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Huffman now with the approach. The right-footed boot. It's going to be short. Walker chases it down, gives it back out to Huffman. Huffman now volleys it back into the box. Chipped away by Chenicarlo. Here's Von Dorsten, and Von Dorsten has it go off the crossbar at the bottom on the near side. I mean the upright, I should say. So Von Dorsten in the right place at the right time. But that side post of the goal keeping the Breakers off. Saturday, the goalpost saved 5 possible goals for Hamilton. Good throw in. Comes to the near side and kicked out of bounds between my legs. So the Breakers will have a throw in right directly in front of me. Kopang with a short throw to Walker. Walker dribbles it to the near sideline. Walker behind her back. Now cuts it back into the inside line, to the end line. Between the defender's legs, Walker goes down, no whistle. They say play on. And Weiss will take it out of the box on the near side. Kopang is there to defend. Kopang with a foot, a heel. Weiss and Kopang with the duel. And it'll be off of Kopang. Frenchtown will have the throw in. Throw in off the shoulder of Weiss. And the Breakers will now throw in right at midfield on the near side. Kopang to have the throw. High throw, a header. And Loyola will move 20 yards down the line and have a new throw in. Kopang now. High throw. Goes to Chavez, the top of the box. Chavez with a deflection. One, but it's going to be Frenchtown to clear it out. And pushed up by Demmons. Demmons crosses midfield in the middle of the field. She's got time and space. She's now picked up by Von Dorsten, and Von Dorsten steps in. And Huffman, she'll send it ahead for Kopang. This is going to be a speedy ball. Kopang with wheels. Kopang and the defender are there. Kopang and controlled by Dyer. Dyer comes to the near sideline. Kopang with a pick at the ball with her toe. Takes control. Kopang now with a left-footed to the top. Walker collects. Walker around 2 defenders. Walker will take the shot, and it's a save. Michaela Field getting her money worth today. This drop kick goes across midfield and is chased down. Johnston on the far side. There's Round now on the near side. Pushed up the far side of the field by Demmons into the corner. And we'll have a throw in on the far sideline, or on the near sideline at the far end of the field. Just up from the northeast flag. Field here at Frenchtown runs east to west. Short throw to Weiss. Walker is there to collect the deflection. Walker and Weiss will foot tangle. Walker passes it to the middle of the field, and it's picked up by Frenchtown. A turn and a shot, deflected. Round to clear it out, and it'll roll to the near sideline. Frenchtown will reset with a throw-in. Walker with the deflection, picks it up. Walker now pushes upfield. She cuts it back to the outside, splits the 2 defenders with a pass. She finds Huffman. Huffman with a long dribble. Huffman on the run. Huffman to the top of the box on the near corner. Huffman stops, waits for traffic, looks. Good defense. Good defense by Dyer. You can hear the keeper instructing the players. Drop back to Teagle. Teagle with Lechner, and Lechner will get a toe on it, giving Huffman a chance. Huffman on the near sideline. Huffman into indirect handball, and it's cleared out by Dyer upfield. Dyer gives it off to Weiss. Weiss crosses midfield on the near side. Time and space for Weiss as she approaches the top of the box, comes to the middle of the top of the box, cuts it back to the outside. She's got Teagle. Teagle chips it across the face of the box, and this will be out of bounds. A goal kick coming for Newman. Approaching the 5-minute mark on the 5 Valley Idle clock. Breakers leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Controlled by Frenchtown in front of the Loyola bench on the far side. I can see my breath as I'm talking. That's kind of cool. I usually don't see that until November football for Rams. Here's a deflection at the top of the box, and Loyola will turn and run. Lainey Walker with tons of space and time. She'll send it ahead for Kopang. Defender gets by the defender. Kopang by herself. Top of the box. If keeper comes out, challenge, and Kopang will have the shot just outside the near post. Good run by Kopang. Field, the goalkeeper for Frenchtown, though, doing a good job of closing the angle. Goal kick will go out of bounds, and the Breakers will have the throw-in. Kopang ready for the throw-in. Huffman will receive it on the short. Played by Teagle. Off of Teagle out of bounds, and we'll have a new throw-in for the Breakers. Kopang down the near sideline. Walker with a good block out. Walker will get the deflection, and this will roll over the end line. And they say it did not go over the end line, so Walker will chip it into the box. She's got one on the back side, and that went across the lip. Chavez will collect on the far side. 4 defenders there. Reese takes a whack at it, and it's cleared out to the near side. Kopang chases it down, tries to take a strike, but not able to get a good clean shot. And now it's cleared. Huffman steps in on the run, and Teagle picks up the deflection. Teagle now in the middle of the field on the Frenchtown side, feeds it to the far side. Von Dorsten has it go by her, and now it's fed outside. Teagle on a big run. Teagle will pick it up on the top of the box on the far side. Teagle with 2 inside the box. She'll chip it in, and it'll go behind the goal. And Newman will set up for a goal kick. Newman sets it up on the far corner of the keeper box. Short chip. Teagle is there to deflect it. Teagle will duel against Dahl. Dahl gets a foot and it rolls, and Von Dorsten just muscles it right out of bounds. Frenchtown will reset and have a throw in 10 yards up from the southwest or southeast flag. Far corner of the opposite corner of the field of where I'm standing. So this is going to be Frenchtown's senior day. We had senior day for Loyola last week. For the girls, number 14, Yulia Chinkalo. Michaela Fields, number 5. Morgan Go, number 1. As Teagle will have a deep throw. Von Dorsten with a toe, and it's upfield. And Lindsay Knight, and Jasmine McClure, as well as Maddie Teagle. Those are your girls seniors. We'll have the boys here in just a moment, as this one is sent away, and Chavez will duel at midfield with Willow Stagg. Stagg wins the duel, but it's Round to come in and take Stagg off the ball. Round will dribble it to midfield on the near side, crosses midfield on the Bronco, painted on the field. Finds Kopang in the middle of the field. Kopang will send it. Walker has a step. Walker onside. Here comes Field. Field will be dribbled around. Walker back to the middle of the goal, and a good, smart play by Shayla Dyer to keep that one out of the back of the net, as Field had committed. Good possession by the Breakers. And now Huffman will set up the corner in the southwest flag directly across the field from us. Chip. Kopang stalls it off the chest in front of the goal, and it's deflected out. Good clear by Chinikalo. Lechner sends it back to Kopang in the middle of the field. Outside to the near side to Chavez. Chavez is tangled up. We get a whistle, and they're going to have a free kick as Kylie Stoker tangled up with Chavez. So Kopang to set. It is about 8 yards outside the box on the near side of the field. Wall is set, 3-player wall. Kopang chips it high, and this one is in the back of the net. Kopang with a second goal. And it's now 2-0 Breakers on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We have reached the 2-minute mark. We are inside the 2-minute mark as I let the clock shrink down. We did have some stoppage time for an injury. We've had several substitutions. Frenchtown now with the kick, and Johnston gets a toe on it. Walker to control. Walker to the middle of the field to Kopang. Kopang crosses over in front of 2 defenders. She's got 3 in front of her, 3 Breakers in front of her. A chip to send Chavez. Deflection. Chavez goes down, but it's incidental contact, and it's cleared out. Here's Huffman, and there is our whistle for the half. So the Breakers with a big first half, 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard here at Frenchtown High School, as we get set for the Montana Club halftime. The Loyola Breakers 2, Frenchtown Lady Bronx 0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
The Chris Stratton Show is Missoula's resource for local high school sports. Get fresh takes like...
How does it feel to be the senior now?
It's kind of crazy, honestly. It's weird having people above me and then this...
Get the rest of the show by downloading the podcast on iTunes or at www.thechrisstrattonshow.com.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Frenchtown High School as the Loyola Rams and Breakers take on the Frenchtown Lady Broncs and Broncs. Ladies first, with the Breakers leading 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it's been an exciting first half. Goals coming in the 29th minute. The first one, Megan Reese. And then Sydney Kopang would have one at the 40th minute, just before the end of the half, to give the Breakers a 2-0 lead. It is senior day for Frenchtown. Ulia Chinakalo, I apologize, number 14, she's a defender. Michaela Field, number 5, is a senior. Morgan Go, number 1, for the Frenchtown Broncs. Lindsay Knight, number 7 as well. Jasmine McClure, number 6. And Maddie Teagle to lead or to finish things off from the girls' side. Coulter Zandy, number 6.
If there are any Frenchtown students in attendance, remember to come down to the concessions area, see Mr. Field for your free raffle ticket from the Booster Club.
Juan Bobbio Paz, number 15, is another Bronc. Keeper Dawson Leichman, as well as Mediah Morin. Those are your seniors for Frenchtown. We're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we will have your halftime stats. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Please, not everybody at once.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half price wash. Only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Construction is tough work. Lombro is an energy services company with more than 900 employees. Lombro's third largest expense was health insurance.
Payne West partnered with Lombro to create a health and wellness program. Lombro built an in-house gym, and together we developed a biometric screening program.
Since initiating our program, our employees are happier, healthier, and more productive, and our costs are lower.
Payne West Insurance, a partner in the health of your business.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the stats portion. Halftime stats on the Montana Club halftime with the Loyola Breakers leading 2-0 over the Frenchtown Lady Broncs. It'd be Megan Reese with a goal in the 29th minute and Sydney Kopang in the 40th minute. For Frenchtown, no shots on goal. 11 saves for Fields, 6 fouls against Frenchtown, 3 corners and an offside. For the Breakers, 21 shots, 14 of them on goal, giving the Breakers a 66% accuracy rate. 1 foul against the Breakers, 2 corners and an offsides. So we'll have the boys coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll go ahead and step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll have your second half. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Construction is tough work. Lombro is an energy services company with more than 900 employees. Lombro's third largest expense was health insurance.
Payne West partnered with Lombro to create a health and wellness program. Lombro built an in-house gym, and together we developed a biometric screening program.
Since initiating our program, our employees are happier, healthier, and more productive, and our costs are lower.
Payne West Insurance, a partner in the health of your business.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get set for the second half. The Breakers and the Broncs, Lady Broncs, as the Breakers will now defend the western side of the field. Our officials with handshakes at midfield, and we get ready to go for the second half here at Frenchtown High School. Final regular season game for the Rams and Breakers. Playoff tournaments start next week for the postseason. There's the whistle to start play. We will properly start our clock, and The Breakers on charge. We've got a takedown on the far side of the field, but it is going to be a corner kick coming for Loyola. Huffman to take the corner from the far post. So Huffman sets up. I'm going to take the headphones off here for just a moment. Sorry about that, folks. They have posts along the sideline here for the ropes, and one of the posts came off, so there's a big steel post sticking out of the ground. I wanted to cover that back up with the post. The Breakers are on the run on the far side of the field. It's Laney Walker with a left-footed shot, and this one's across the lip of the goal. So the Breakers continuing to keep pressure on these Lady Broncs. The majority of the game looks to be played at the far end of the field. Here's the kick by Chinacaro. Breakers battle for it. It's Kopang to come up with it. She'll cut it back inside. Now gives it off to Chavez. Chavez tries to cut it back inside, but it's Walker that gets the deflection. Walker back to the outside. She's on the corner of the box on the far side of the field. Now it's Chavez. And it's cleared out by Frenchtown, but Walker is there to collect. Walker cuts it back to the inside. Walker with a chip to the inside, and that one's collected by the keeper. Here's Field with the drop kick to midfield. A header, and Teagle will turn. Teagle now to the outside. And this one will die out in front of the Breaker bench. Loyola will have the throw in, and Huffman looked to take the throw, but it looks as though Von Dorsten will take it. Good throw down the far sideline. Chip to the middle of the field, deflected, and they'll say that will stay with Frenchtown. Ball thrown in at the midfield on the far side of the field. And collecting it, now sending it ahead, and another deflection. Chavez is there. Weiss comes up. Weiss will send it to the middle of the field. Round collects. Round now to the outside. And Frenchtown will keep it in. Nope, it's going to... No, it does stay in bounds. So it's chipped down the far sideline. Nobody there. It's going to roll deep to the top of the box. And Frenchtown will collect. Here's Chavez. Chavez, and we've got a player on the ground controlling. That's Weiss, and the whistle is blown against Weiss. Nope, that was blown against Chavez. So off of the free kick, it's deflected out of bounds, and Von Dorsten will throw it in at midfield on the far sideline. Here's a header for Frenchtown. Kopang keeps the pressure on. Kopang in the middle of the field. Has one outside. She'll send it to Johnston on the outside. Johnston stops, waits for traffic, now sends it ahead. Chavez not able to get to it, and Frenchtown able to clear it. Now Chavez picks it up. Chavez finds Walker on the far side. Walker. Good footwork at the top of the box, and she's going to crank this one up over the top of the net. And a goal kick coming for Fields. Sun feels good, but it is deceptive as we've got Arctic air. It's just at the 40-degree mark right now. Walker receives the inbound pass, finds Kopang at the top of the box. Kopang will crank it, and it's in the back of the net. Sydney Kopang with her second goal of the game. And the Breakers lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The game at Loyola at Rollin Field was a tight game until towards the end. Breakers in a good rhythm and stride now as they approach, and they're peaking at the right time of year, folks. Here's Weiss on the outside. Cuts it back in around Johnston. Crosses midfield on the Bronco. She'll send it ahead. She's got Teagle. Round is there. Round will turn against Teagle. Teagle with it, and Teagle will put it in the back of the net on a short strike against Newman. And Frenchtown is on the board, 3-1. So back-to-back goals, one from each side. There's a whistle to start play. Kopang drops it to Walker. Walker with a chip to send it. Chase down the far sideline. Chavez Huffman with good speed. Chavez in the middle of the field. Huffman inside the box. Deflection, and the Breakers will have a corner kick. Huffman will set it up. Here's the chip. Deflected by the defender, and the Breakers will set up on the far flag once again on the corner kick. They are on the southeast flag, opposite side of the field as me. Here's Huffman. This one's a higher chip off the crop to the box. Defender will deflect it, and Chavez off the top of the crossbar, and Weiss will clear it upfield. Teagle has it taken off. Huffman will send it into the box, but a deflection off of the defender. Von Dorsten chips it back into territory of Frenchtown. Into the box. Keeper comes out. Chavez is there. And good job by Fields to slide in front of Chavez to take her off the ball. Here's the drop kick. Low driver. Walker will collect it at midfield with no deflection. She'll cross both feet over the ball. Now dribbles down the far side to the far top of the box. Inside the box now. She'll take a crack, and a good save by Field. Field is getting her work. She's getting a workout here, as they'll take a moment for the corner kick, and two Frenchtown defenders tying shoes. Huffman will have the volley. This one's going to be short. Defender with a header to clear it out of the box. Walker to collect it. Cuts it back inside. Two defenders. She'll find Kopang. Kopang at the top of the box. Now back to Walker. And a good touch by Frenchtown. Teagle is there, but Walker collects. Walker turns it against the defender. Sends it outside. Chavez will chase, and we get a whistle. And they're going to say Chinikalo is the smoke now rolls in from the barbecue behind me. So Walker, midway between the midfield and the box on the far side of the field, in the middle of the field. Here's the chip. And this one is in the back of the net. And Lainey Walker's got her first goal of the scrimmage. Walker has about 10 shots on goal. This one finds the back of the net. Boys are warming up as they get ready for their match. Coming up at 5. The drop, Weiss with it. Weiss will send it. She's got Teagle. Teagle down the near sideline. She's got to beat Lechner. Lechner with wheels, but it's Teagle to collect. Teagle on the near side of the box. Inside the box now. Short of the goal. Goes wide, and Von Dorsten finds Chavez, and Chavez to clear it out. Chavez with tons of time and space. Chavez will just take her time up the near sideline with no challenger. Now Weiss will run in on it, and Chavez cuts it back to the inside. 1-1 ahead, and it's sent to Reese. Reese is going to have to chase it down to the flag, and it's just touched out of bounds. Smart play by Kendra Jacobs, and Frenchtown or Loyola will have the throw in, and about 10 yards up from the flag on this side of the field. That would be the northwest flag, or southwest, northeast flag. We'll get directions. Here's Kopang with a throw into the box. Huffman trying to get it to Walker, but it's cleared out by Frenchtown. Von Dorsten collects it on the bounce. Von Dorsten challenged, and it's taken away. Now Frenchtown will run. Up the far sideline. This is Lizzie Skillman. Skillman tries to send it ahead, and it's deflected off of Round. And Frenchtown will have a throw-in just off the box on the far side of the field. Loyola defending. Skillman with a good attempt of a reverse kick, a deflection, send into the box, bounces around. Dahl is there with Teagle. Round and Teagle now. Round will send it to the sideline, and this one will be a throw-in 3 yards from the southwest flag. Newman directing traffic in front of her goal. Frenchtown will drop it to the top of the box. Huffman gets a toe on it, and Walker will collect. Walker turning, sends it outside to Huffman. Huffman will send it ahead. Walker collects. Walker with a push with one on. Walker gets by the defender, sends it for Kopang. Kopang chases it down. She goes against Chinakalo. Chinakalo into the corner in front of the flag on the far side. Kopang there, and it's touched out of bounds. Loyola will throw in at the top of the box on the far side of the field. Frenchtown defending. Substitutions as Lechner will come off, as well as Von Dorsten. That'll bring in Tomazelli, Isabella Tomazelli, and Evelyn Devlin Duchamp. Kopang with a high throw into the box. Chavez deflects it. Walker picks it up on the far side of the box. Walker now at the top of the box. Dribbles to the middle, now cuts it to the back to the outside. Kopang receives it on the far corner of the box. Kopang now dribbles into the box. She'll volley it in, and just saved by the keeper. Drop kick brings it to midfield. Huffman chips it to the near sideline at midfield. Johnston to chase it down. Johnston turns it, chips it to the middle of the field. Walker to collect. Walker with time and space. Now a defender. Walker, good position by the defender, but Walker will go ahead and take a whack at it, and this will be off target, saved by the keeper. Drop kick to midfield. Walker collects a deflection. Down, now Walker to the top of the box. She'll take a left-footed crack. This is a chip that just goes over the goal. Lainey Walker says, I've tasted the back of the net. I want it again. Continues with her pressure and shots on goal. Here's Field with the kick from the near side of the keeper box. Short chipper. Jacobs is there to collect. She'll be challenged by Johnston. Johnston to the middle of the field. Demons now. Demons with the push with time and space down the near sidelines. Demons will cross midfield on the run on the near sideline. Demons has one wide in Teagle. Demons with time and space. She'll send it for Teagle. Teagle will come to the bottom of the box, chips it towards the net, and that one will land on the top of the goal. Good thought. Had it been down about a soccer ball and a half, it would have been able to get over the reach of Newman, but Newman will set up the goal kick now on the far end of the box. Here's Newman, short chopper. Weiss is there. Dial gets a hand or a foot on it, and now Walker. Walker will run, crosses midfield inside the bubble, sends it ahead. She's got Tomazelli and Kopang. Kopang and Field will run out and get it on the roll at the top of the box. Here's the drop kick. Collected and now pushed by Demons on the far side. Deflection off a breaker, and Demons will have the throw-in. Looks like they've subbed in Mariah Antrim. She's got a little bit of a gimp. She's got a wrap on her left knee or left calf. Not quite sure which one it is, but she is a little bit Ginger on that. Here's a chipper. This one's going to get to the back of the net. No, Newman with a great save. Weiss with a great opportunity. But Newman skies for the save. This one's kicked out of bounds. Breakers will maintain control. Johnston to throw. Finds Chavez on the short. Chased down by Kopang. Kopang in the middle of the field. Crosses midfield. Dribbles across the bubble. Goes wide to the far side. Switching fields to Huffman. Huffman with time and space in front of the breaker bench. And Huffman will kick this one out of bounds. Frenchtown will throw in east of the breaker bench on the far sideline. Frenchtown with a substitution. Short throw. Picked up by Skillman. Skillman will go duel with Walker. Walker wins the duel. A deflection on a pass to Kopang. Walker collects it. Walker inside the box. She'll turn it back inside. Walker goes down. No whistle. Frenchtown now with time and space. Huffman collects the pass intended for the Frenchtown striker. Kopang now with it. Sends it into the box, and it's too much. Walker cannot get there, and it's picked up by Field. Field will run it out to the top of the box. A running drop kick in the middle of the box. At the top, here's Chavez. Kopang. Kopang controlling. Kopang goes down. Collected by Frenchtown. Now it's Skillman on the far side. She'll go in front of the breaker bench. Huffman steps up, and this one will roll out of bounds. The Breakers should have a throw in at midfield. Huffman to take the throw, finds Walker in front of the breaker bench, and Walker's taken off the ball. A whistle will bring up the free kick. Walker volleys it to the top of the box. Kopang is there. A short chip to Chavez. Now back to Kopang. Kopang will stall the ball. Looked like she was going to take the strike, but she'll send it back outside to Walker. Walker cuts it inside on the top of the box. Stops. Cuts it back inside a little bit more. Finds Kopang. Kopang will turn. Left-footed strike by Kopang, and that's in the back of the net, folks. Sydney Kopang, her last regular season game, will pick up a hat trick with 3 goals on the day. And the Breakers now lead 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. I missed one. I apologize. 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, Breakers. And I predicted this to be a tighter game because the game at Rollin Field was much tighter. There's the whistle, and play has started. Chip down the far sideline by Chinikalo. Skillman, and collected in the middle of the field by Magnuson. Chavez will duel. Antrim will pick it up, and she'll try to find Walker. It's a short pass. And Walker, and we'll have a whistle. This is going to go against Frenchtown, number 22, Lindsay McGowan. Or is that number 21? That's Rachel Pash. So Walker with a good chip into the box. Frenchtown with a good chip in the box. Collected at the top. Chavez will duel. Johnston kicks it across the top of the box. Cleared short, and Kopang will take it on the roll. Kopang sends it ahead. Had Tomazelli, but Frenchtown with some good footwork. And now Chinikalo puts it to the outside. Kopang to challenge. Huffman on the far side rolls out, and the Breakers will have the throw-in. To Walker in front of the breaker bench. Chipped up ahead. Chavez will chase it down, but it's Teagle to collect. Sent into space. Antrim is there. Antrim with a short kick to Johnston. Johnson. And it's picked up by Jocelyn Hansen. Antrim will collect. Sent outside. Frenchtown's Gold will have it. Johnston with a kick off the deflection. Chavez will duel. Back outside. And it's McClure. And Chavez will deflect it into the box. Dahl is there. Teagle goes airborne, gets the ball, dribbles it to the near side of the box. Teagle will go ahead and turn it around. It's off of the back of the leg of one of the breakers, and now Teagle with another shot saved Newman. Loyola with a push. Middle of the field with Kopang. Kopang with 2 defenders, and it's taken away. Ball pushed upfield. Chinikelo will send it. Chased down by Teagle and Antrim. Teagle down the near sideline. Teagle dribbles to the top of the box. She's got nobody in front of her except for the keeper, and Newman deflects it, and it's cleared out by Round. Rolls out to the far side in front of the breaker bench. Huffman will send it back upfield. Collected by the defender, Frenchtown. Chavez to challenge against Posh. And it's Walker to come up with it. Walker with Skillman from behind. Gives it off to Kopang. Kopang at midfield, in the middle of the field. Chavez now goes wide. Tomazelli and Johnson will chase it down. And the defender will get there first. That's Jacobs. And a deflection will have Frenchtown with the throw-in. Substitution coming for the Lady Broncs. Just over halfway through the second half. 18-19 on the 5 Valley Auto clock. Frenchtown's throw-in will be picked up by Chavez. Chavez will center it. Walker to collect it. Walker dribbles to the top of the box, cuts inside on the defender, and a good play by Chinikelo to take Walker off the ball. Here's Chinikelo to clear it to Teagle at midfield. Teagle in the middle of the field. She'll send it ahead. She's got Weiss. It'll be Devlin Duchan to chase it down for the defense. Devlin Duchan outside. Huffman and Skillman will duel. Huffman with a pass up the far sideline, and as it's going to stay in bounds, it does, as it dies out deep in Frenchtown territory on the far side. And Frenchtown to control with time and space. This is out of bounds at midfield, and Loyola will have the throw-in. Huffman to take the throw. Chavez smartly chips it into Frenchtown territory. Walker dueling with Chinikelo on the far side. It's Walker to come up with it. She'll find Chavez in the middle of the field. Chavez with a good cut inside, cuts it back outside and taken off the ball. Nice job, but Chavez collects the slow, short ball. Here's Huffman. Huffman with a huge chip from way outside. Huffman had a goal on Tuesday against Stevensville that was 35 yards out, as we set up for the goal kick. And it was beautiful, folks. That one, it came just underneath the bar, up over the keeper's head. Here's Fields with a short kick to the far side on the goal kick. Walker with a deflection, and now it's a battle with Walker and the defender on the far end of the field. Walker spins backwards. Defender goes down. It's over the end line, and they're going to say corner kick coming for the Breakers. Huffman to take it. Huffman to set the ball. She'll put it on the sideline portion of the quarter circle. Here's the arm in the air, the approach. It's underfoot. It's a chipper, and Walker. Tomazelli is there. Defender takes Tomazelli off the ball. Chased down by Chavez, but it's Teagle to pick up the ball. Chavez continues to duel, and Chavez will put it deep on the far side. It's going to go out of bounds. Breakers will have the throw in with Gold stepping in. So Kopang will have the throw in, as it's going to be just off the top of the box on the near sideline at the far end of the field, the eastern side of the field. Here's Kopang with the throw. Good deep throw into the box. She has Chavez on the run, but the Frenchtown defender is there. Kopang collects the deflection, back to the top of the box, finds Chavez. Chavez turns, defender is there. Chinakalo has just been everywhere on the defensive side of the ball. Teagle now sends it ahead for Weiss. Weiss will cross midfield with time and space on the near side. Lots of time and space. The Breakers will let her come down all the way to the box. Antrim, and a deflection will put it out of bounds on the end line. And substitutions for the Breakers and the Bronx now. Newman will have a goal kick. And Newman will send it to the sideline on the near side. Frenchtown to throw in. Coming up to take the throw will be Kendra Jacobs. It's just off the top of the box. Here's Jacobs, short to Weiss. Weiss on the top of the box on the near corner. Von Dorsten is there. Drop back to Jacobs. Now Weiss. Weiss will send it and nobody there. And Huffman will clear this one to the sideline. Frenchtown to throw in. Once again, it will be Jacobs. Kopang receives the throw in from Jacobs. She'll send it ahead. She's got Chavez on the run. No, that's Lechner on the run on the far side. So Lechner is played up as a midfielder now rather than a defender. So the defenders are Antrim, Dahl, Round, and Devlin Duchan. And Chavez comes off. I believe that's Amelia Craig that has subbed in. I'll have to get a closer, a better view of the number. Walker across the top of the box. She'll stall, cuts it back to the inside now with defenders in front of her. Waits, cuts it back inside, and Lainey Walker with a shot that'll be punched over the top of the net. Good save by the keeper, and Lainey Walker continuing to put pressure on. And the Breakers will set up with a corner kick on the northeast end of the field. This will be the 8th corner for the Breakers. Huffman sets it up on the end line side of the corner circle. Into the box. Kopang there with a left foot. Jacobs to clear it. Walker will take a crack off the back of a defender. Von Dorsten is there. Von Dorsten is tangled up with one of the Frenchtown defenders. Incidental contact they call, and Frenchtown comes up with it. And bodies on the ground once again. Here's Jacobs to clear it to the sideline, and everybody will reset. Snow on the mountains here in the Missoula Valley. The mountains behind Frenchtown High School with a sprinkling of snow about halfway up. Snow line is fairly low. And this is why I love living in Montana. And with one player down on the field, time is called. So we'll stop the clock and they will attend to the player. There was a shot that went into one of the Frenchtown players, and they're looking at an ankle, so maybe there's a little bit twisted up. We'll go ahead and step aside. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. And there's the whistle to begin play once again. Walker receives the throw in from Kopang. Walker across the top of the box. She'll stop, takes a right-footed crack. It's off of the defender. Walker collects the deflection, sends it back outside to the near side. And we get Kopang on the end line. Frenchtown trying to clear, but Walker will not allow it. And Frenchtown now works it up the far sideline. Weiss with a good move around the far side. She's got Teagle in the middle of the field, and Teagle on the run, runs by. Ball collected now by Willow Stagg. Stagg at the top of the box. Huffman with good hustle takes the ball away, and Huffman will turn. Goes to the middle of the field, but too short for Walker. Walker to duel. She gets pushed on the ball. Walker continues to block out at midfield inside the circle. Kopang now sends it wide, collected by Frenchtown. It's Weiss, and Kopang will take Weiss off the ball. Kopang dribbles to the near side, clears it to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten with some footwork and turns the other way, turns to the near side. Good hustle by Frenchtown. Kopang now. And this will go to the outside, out of bounds, and Frenchtown will have the throw-in. Frenchtown with another substitution. It looks like Posh is going to come off, and number 13, Lauren Demmons, comes back in. Good throw-in by Frenchtown. Walker, though, continues to get into the fray and takes Frenchtown off the ball. Von Dorsten will have the deflection, and now it's cleared out by Frenchtown. Huffman collects. Huffman sends it back in, and this will be wide of the goal as Field will pick it up on the run. Approaching the end of the Breaker regular season. High volley at midfield. Frenchtown to collect. Reese is there. Reese sends it to the near sideline. And footwork in the middle of the field by Dahl. Back to Reese. Reese puts it to the outside, but Frenchtown is there. And switching fields is Frenchtown. Jacobs will chase it to the sideline, but cannot get there in time, and a throw-in will come. Von Dorsten with the throw quickly to Dahl. Dahl on the end line, near side, and Dahl cannot save it from going out of bounds. Frenchtown will substitute once again. Field sets. Short. Dahl is there. Frenchtown continues. Walker takes the player off the ball. It's sent to Dahl. The keeper is out. And a tangle up, but a great save by Field. Got to be just a little bit crazy to play keeper, to jump in there with that full speed run and hop on top of the ball like they do, but it's a lot of fun. I used to play keeper back in the day, back in the 90s when I played for Big Sky and the Missoula Strikers. Frenchtown to throw in at midfield. Down the near side, or down the far sideline. Devlin Duchan clears it. Reese collects, now sends it ahead. Huffman with a dribble up the far sideline. And she'll send it. Lechner to chase it down. It'll be Frenchtown to collect deep in their own territory on the far sideline. Now heading left to right. Cleared is Frenchtown. In the middle of the field is McClure. McClure dribbles back in. Huffman with a touch on the ball. and a chip. And Frenchtown will have the throw-in. We get a whistle. Devlin Duchan was going to pick it up, and our midfield official says Frenchtown ball. Tossed into the middle of the box. Von Dorsten to clear it out. And a chase down. Oh, that was Kopang. Lechner with the duel against Demmons. It'll roll out of bounds, and we'll have a new throw-in. Substitutions for both sides. Chavez receives defends the throw-in, heads it back out of bounds, and Frenchtown will move further to the right on the far end of the field, on the far side of the field. Posh to take it. Right there to collect is Demmons, but it's turned by Loyola. Dahl to chase it down. Dahl upfield. Turned to the outside and slid out of bounds with the kick. Breakers will have the throw in. Clock continuing to tick away for the end of the regular season for these Loyola Breakers. Von Dorsten will collect. Von Dorsten turns. She'll take a right-footed snap, and it's bounced wide. Field will pick it up on the bounce and run it to the top of the box in the middle of the field. Here's the drop kick. Chavez there with a touch on it, but it's going to be too much on the deflection. Frenchtown collects up the far sideline. Devlin Duchan. And it's Round. Round will touch it upfield, but it's Frenchtown who controls, and once again Round will get the boot. Here's Walker at midfield inside the circle. She'll send it. She's got Dahl. Dahl's got one to beat. The keeper will come out, and the keeper with a foot clears it out. Collected by Chavez. Chavez continues to duel. Players go down, no whistle. Here's Walker with the collection. Walker, good footwork around two defenders. Finds the outside, Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten inside the box. She'll take the shot, and it's going to be right into the belly of the keeper. th save of the game for Michaela Field. Huffman will collect the drop kick. Huffman into the box on the near side. She'll kick it across the lip of the goal, and this will be a goal kick now for Frenchtown. Down to 5 minutes on the 5 Valley Auto clock. Here's Field with the kick. Chavez to chase. Posh goes down and she kicks it out of bounds, and Loyola will throw in on the far sideline just off the box. Chavez looking for Walker. Walker will take it on the run. Walker deep in, around Posh to the end line in front of the flag on the southeast side of the field. Chavez gets the collection, and this one's behind the back of the net. So the Breakers keeping the pressure on with a 5-1 lead over the Lady Bronx. We'll have the boys next. I imagine they're going to have a senior festivity celebrating the seniors in between games. Here's Field with a short kick. It's Teagle in the middle of the field. Now in the middle at midfield. Sent ahead to Teagle. Teagle dribbles against Kopang. Sends it wide. Round will chase it down. Round now kicks it to the sideline, and Frenchtown will set up for the throw-in. Posh to take the throw. Cleared to the top of the box. And Walker will take Demons off the ball. Walker with a run down the far sideline, crosses midfield, sends it ahead. She's got Dahl. The keeper's going to come out and pick it up at the top of the box on the roll. Walker with a good send to Dahl down the far sidelines. Chavez will step in, but it's Frenchtown to control the drop kick in front of their own bench on the far side, out of bounds, and Loyola will get the throw in right at midfield. Throw comes to Huffman. She'll send it, but a good deflection. And there is Lindsay Knight. Knight will clear it out, and now we get midfield with McClure. McClure up the far sideline with the pass. Cut back inside, and a good step in by Chavez to take the Frenchtown Lady Bronc off the ball. And now it's sent ahead once again. Dahl is there, and they're going to call Dahl offsides. Aaron Dahl, a senior defender, playing up as a striker right now. And when you get this time of year, coaches like to have a little fun and mix things up. Let players experiment. Lechner up playing at the forward position as well. Walker will get the free kick, and now Walker sends it ahead. Here's Dahl. Dahl on the run, and they're going to call Dahl offsides once again. Frenchtown holding that back line, and we've reached the 2-minute mark. Frenchtown will set up with the free kick 15 yards deep into their own territory on the far side. Here's Chinikelo with the low kick. Walker deflection, but Frenchtown to control. Devlin Duchan will come up and boot it ahead, but Frenchtown is right there, now sent. Round with a touch on it. This one's going to go towards the end line. Teagle with some speed, and Teagle will save it in, but Round will be able to clear it out. No, Teagle into the box, and Newman goes down and smartly cleared out by Kopang. Chipped back into the box. Antrim will chase it down to the near side alongside McClure for Frenchtown. Here is Tomazelli. Tomazelli with a good move on the body on Stagg, and Tomazelli will clear it. Teagle chases it down, a chipper down the near sideline. This one will probably get to the end line. Nope, a good save by Stagg, and Antrim will put it on the near sideline. Quick throw. Given to the near side. Antrim steps in. Antrim moves around two defenders and sends it back downfield. As we have the clock stopped at the 2 minutes, so it's down to our official in the middle of the field and his watch. Frenchtown continues to battle. Demons not giving up. Demons now has Devlin Duchan step in, and Walker's going to turn, and that is game, folks. The Loyola Breakers get an impressive win over the Frenchtown Lady Broncs, 5-1. Boys will be up here at 5 o'clock. I'm sure it'll be just after 5 because they will do senior festivities for senior day.
So tonight is our senior night. Can we please have the senior parents come down to the concessions area?
That's a call for the senior parents.
Thank you.
So Frenchtown would get one goal. It would be Teagle. Maddie Teagle in the 46th minute. Frenchtown with 5 total shots, 4 of them on goal for an 80% accuracy, 17 saves by Field, 10 fouls, 3 corners, and 1 offside. For the Breakers, Rays in the 29th minute, Kopang in the 40th, the 45th, and the 58th for the hat trick, and Laney Walker in the 49th. The Breakers would have 36 shots, 21 on goal for a 58% accuracy, 3 saves by Newman, 1 foul, 8 corners, and 3 offside. So the Breakers move on to have a victory on their final match of the regular season. They'll have senior festivities, and then we'll get underway. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. You've been listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports. MPSN's coverage of Missoula sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness. Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.